Welcome to Storytime Online. My name is Brielle Sorensen, and today we're going to be reading Curious Questions and Answers About Our Oceans, written by Camila de la Bedroy, illustrated by Tim Budgens. Let's get started. Curious questions and answers about our oceans. So the first question is, we're curious too, so we want to find out about you. If you could be any sea creature for a day, which would you choose? I would choose to be a dolphin. Don't know. What's your name? My name's Bria. How old are you? I'm 35. Totally. Are you sociable like a dolphin or shy like a seahorse? I don't know. Okay. We're done with the question. Okay, how big is an ocean? There are 5 oceans and they are huge. Together they cover 2/3 of the Earth's surface. An ocean is a large area of salty water. It's also called the sea. Seaweed is a plant that lives in salty water. Southern Ocean. Are the oceans important? Yes, billions of animals and plants live in them. People use the things that live in the ocean for all sorts of things too. A type of seaweed called red algae is used in peanut butter. It makes it easy to spread. A big area of land like Asia is called a continent. All the continents together are still smaller than the Pacific Ocean. I'm a type of shark called a whale shark, the world's biggest fish. My mouth is so big you could sit in it, but I only eat plankton, tiny animals, and plants. That's the shark. Why is the sea blue? Sunlight is made up of lots of colors when it shines on the ocean. Most of the colors disappear into the water, but blue-white bounces back, so the ocean looks blue. What is a fish? Fish are animals that have skeletons, gills, and fins. There are more than 32,000 types, and most of them live in oceans. I'm the perfect shape for swimming. My slippery scales help water to float easily over my skin. Can people breathe underwater too? No, sorry, you need to breathe air because you have lungs. All fish have special organs called gills that work in water. Water and air have oxygen gas in them. All animals need oxygen to live. Oxygen-rich water flows in, water flows out over the gills where the oxygen passes into the fish's blood. Do fish have special homes? Some do. Clownfish live among the tentacles of stinging sea anemones. The fish are covered in special slime that protects them from stings, but animals that might want to eat them can't get close. Can fish fly? No, but some can glide. Flying fish have very steamed bodies and use their big fins to launch out of the water into the air.
I'm gonna text my mom and just like she wants to know when you're gonna be at the office.
How is my nose like a shark? Most fish skeletons are made of bone. Shark skeletons are made of cartilage, which is softer than bone. Our nose and ears have cartilage too. That's why they're bendy. Did you know? At 10 feet long, the ocean sunfish is one of the world's biggest bony fish. A hairy frogfish is a faster eater. It sucks food into its mouth like a vacuum cleaner 50 times faster than the blink of an eye. Octopuses can turn red when they are angry. Electric rays can zap fish with an electric shock. Once the fish has been stunned, the ray can eat it. The sperm whale has the biggest brain on the planet and probably in the whole universe. Seaweed is often used as a thickener in ice cream. Baby sharks and baby seals are called pups, and baby fish are called fry. Shark skin feels like sandpaper. It is covered in tiny bumpy scales that help them slip through the water. Whales and dolphins aren't fish, they are mammals. A great white shark can eat through meat in one meal to make 3,000 burgers. It won't want to eat again for at least 10 days. Polar bears and penguins never meet because penguins live near the South Pole and polar bears live near the North Pole. Sailors used to think that dungongs were mermaids. They are actually large mammals that spend their time gazing on sea plants. Do trees grow in the deep sea? No, but giant kelp seaweed grows in the huge forest. It is found in the Pacific Ocean and can grow up to 20 inches, 50 centimeters in one day. Kelp forest is a great place to hide. One strand can be more than 100 feet. We're lizards that live on Galapagos Islands on the Pacific Ocean. Who picnics at the bottom of the sea? Marine iguanas do. They dive to depths of 40 feet and stay there for up to an hour while they nibble on seaweed that grows on the sea. Do baby fish go to nursery school? Young fish and reptiles keep away from predators in special hiding places called nurseries. Shallow waters around the seagrasses and mangrove tree roots make good nurseries. What do turtles eat? Green sea turtles feast on fields of seagrass that grow underwater. Who plays hide and seek? Many ocean animals do. On coral reefs, millions of sea creatures live close together. Lots of them use clever tricks to avoid being eaten by the others. Do fish need friends? My best friend is a busy little shrimp. I'm a coral grouper, and my friend cleans my teeth. I also nibble away on dead skin. Yum. Can you see a reef from space? Yes, the Great Barrier Reef stretches over 1,250 miles off the coast of Australia. Reefs are built by tiny animals called polyps. Each one lives in its own rocky cup, waving in tentacles in the water. How long does it take to make an island? If a volcano erupts on the seabed, it can make an island in a few years. Lava, a type of liquid rock, pours out and builds up to create a brand new island. Can I find treasure on an island? Yes, but not the kind that belongs to pirates. The treasure to be found on islands is all the precious animals that live on them. Who lives on an island? Islands are often home to animals that live nowhere else on Earth. About 60 types of lemur live only on the island of Madagascar, which is in the Indian Ocean. How many? About 100 million sharks are killed by people every year. 33 is the length in feet of a bootlace worm. 40 million is the number of years that sharks have lived in the oceans. There are more volcanoes under the sea than on land. 452 are on the edges of the Pacific Ocean. Pufferfish have poisonous flesh. About 30 people die every year after eating them. 23 feet is the length of the biggest saltwater crocodiles. Starfish can have more than 30 arms. There are 40 million crabs on Christmas Island until yellow crazy ants arrive. They spray the crabs with acid and eat them, for so far killing about 15 million of them. 40,000 is the number of eggs a heron can lay at once. A narwhal's giant tooth can reach 10 feet in length. 350 is the number of types of coral that live in the Great Sea. 1 million seabirds are killed every year by plastic garbage that is in the... Who sleeps in muddy bed? Sea cucumbers do. These slug-like animals live in mud, eat mud, and poop mud. Sea cucumbers are animals, not vegetables, but some people do like to eat them. How do people explore under the sea? People can't breathe in water, but we still find ways to explore the deep ocean. We can scuba dive, use submarines, or send robots with cameras. Who lights up the deep, dark sea? Sunlight can't reach the bottom of the deep sea, so some animals can make their own light instead. Who stands on 3 legs? Tripod fish have 3 long legs, like fins, to stand on the seabed. Each fin leg can be more than 20 inches long. While standing, they can keep their mouths open and wait for food to swim right in. Why does the sea go in and out? Over the course of a day at the beach, you will see the sea moving in and out. This is called the tide, and it's caused by the moon. Who loves to surf? Humans, but dolphins ride the waves too. Flat water turns to waves when wind blows over the top of it. Which animals go to school? We do. Young orcas like us have to learn to catch our lunch. Our moms take us to shallow water to show us how to hunt. Shoals of fish, seals, and baby whales. Who snacks at the shore? Gray seals feed on all kinds of animals near the shore, from crabs to seabirds. They can also dive to depths of 230 feet when hunting. Would you prefer soaring with the sea eagle or surfing like a penguin? I don't know. Yeah, we're not doing the would you rather. Who walks on water? Polar bears do. They live in the Arctic Ocean. It's so cold there that the ocean freezes over. Why don't fish freeze? Ice fish have special blood that doesn't freeze, even if the water around them turns to ice. Why do icebergs float? Ice is frozen water. It is lighter than liquid water, so it floats. Big sheets of ice also float on the sea. They are good places for Arctic penguins and seals to take a nap when they get worn out from so much swimming, slipping, and sliding. Where did that seal go? Under the ice. I'm awesome at holding my breath. We Weddell seals only have to poke our heads up through the holes in the ice once an hour to get air. Who sings beautiful songs in the cold sea? I do. I'm a white beluga whale, and I sing so loudly that people in boats can hear my lovely songs. Who packs a powerful punch? A peacock mantis shrimp is one of the world's strongest animals for its size. It uses its club-like legs to wallop other animals at lightning speed. Which fish has the most vicious venom? I do. I'm an Indian stonefish. I have 13 sharp spines on my back to inject the venom, and it's strong enough to kill a human. I use this clever trick to protect myself from attack. Why do jellyfish sting? A jellyfish uses its long, stinging tentacles to get a meal. Each tentacle carries tiny venomous darts that jab passing fish prey. Who can smell a drop of blood in the sea? Sharks can. These incredible hunters have a super sense of smell that helps them find fish and other animals to eat. Are there monsters in the sea? There are some very big animals in the sea, but no monsters. From huge raisin crabs to the biggest animal on earth, plenty of giants lurk in the deep. Why do whales spout water? That's how they breathe. Whales breathe air. They all have one or two blowholes, which are like nostrils. A spout from a whale is really just a big, warm, wet breath. Which crab has the longest legs? A Japanese spider crab has legs that be over 6 feet long. These mega crabs can reach 100 years old. What's the biggest animal? Me. I'm also the biggest animal to ever live. I can grow up to 82 feet long, and my tongue weighs the same as an elephant. This is the blue whale. That is the biggest animal. Could you sink a ship? No. Sailors used to think fish like me could pull a ship under the water. They even called me a devilfish. It wasn't true. I'm huge, up to 23 feet wide, but not harmless. Giant octopus. Who can reach you from 13 feet away? Me. My 8 arms are each 13 feet long, with more than 200 strong suckers on each. A combination of questions. Can I drink seawater? No, it can make you sick. Seawater is too salty and often dirty too. The dirt is called pollution, and it's bad for all living things. Can I swim across an ocean? No. No human has ever swum across one without taking a break in a boat. But whales, sharks, and turtles can. Why do Thresher sharks have such long tails. They use the enormous upper lobes of their tail fins to wallop shells of their fish prey. Which fish ties itself in knots? A hagfish. It's covered in slippery slime and ties itself in knots when it is feasting on dead animals at the bottom of the sea. How smart is an octopus? An octopus can work out how to open a jar to reach food inside. It uses its suckers to grip shellfish and rip them open. Why is a blobfish so ugly? When a blobfish is brought to the surface of the sea, its soft, spongy flesh goes floppy. When it's busy hunting in deep sea, it looks quite different.
You've only been doing it for 40-something seconds. No, I haven't.
I've been. Why does a firefly squid glow? To hide and to be seen, this squid can mimic the light above or below if it wants to hide and glow brightly when it wants to attract a mate. Did that fish's eye just move? Maybe, baby. Maybe. Baby flounders have an eye on each side of their head. As they grow, one eye moves to join the other so the adult flounder can spend its days lying on the seafloor. Which fish uses oars? The fins of a strange ribbon-like oarfish looks a bit like oars. So you're probably wondering what some words mean, so I'm going to tell you the glossary. So first word is compendium. A collection of things gathered together and present as a group. Geologist. Someone who studies the history of Earth by looking at rocks and soil. Marine. Having to do with the ocean. Shoal. A large group of fish. Venom. A poison that made by an animal and spread through a bite or sting. Wallop. To hit something very hard. And that is Curious Questions and Answers about our ocean. And I really like this book because it's very informational. It asks you some questions, like it asks you would you rathers. It asks you just some questions that you can answer, and it's super fun. I love the pictures. It's so cute, and I just love it. And that is Story Time Online. See you next time. Bye.